If you now go into your accommodation, where did you live in your first year?
I lived in Purbeck House.
And what did you think about Purbeck, living in Purbeck House?
Well, I was fortunate that I was living in the block that had just been remodeled because I heard, and I actually went to the other block that hadn't been remodeled yet, and it wasn't great. I think they've both been remodeled, but I think it was all right. I think Rest Life would have should have been a bit better, to be honest, because they did a few events, but it wasn't like sometimes you would go to an event, and if it was a festivity, say Halloween or Christmas thing, then there'll be quite a few people. But if it wasn't like that sort of festivity, it wasn't as organized. So um so there was like no beginning, middle, and end. It was just kind of like, oh, we're going to do this randomly, and so
Mm.
not many people would go. I'm not sure if it's changed, but the accommodation itself was actually not bad, as in how it looked, and say the kitchen was quite new. Obviously, I mentioned it had just been remodeled, so it looked quite nice. Um,
What kind of vibe was Purbeck?
Purbeck was, yeah, because I remember the differences with the different accommodations. I think Purbeck was, there was a lot of partying and stuff like that. But I guess the fun thing about it is that because we were two blocks, sometimes there'd be like, I would have friends in the other block, and I would communicate with them with lights
Mm.
because you can see it on the other side. And
Mm.
then the like you can that kind of creates like a
Community.
community. Um, but yeah, but at the same time, I think, say for example, the windows are tiny. They're really really tiny. So if you want an accommodation that gives you that sort of like air when you look out the window or anything like that, it's, I mean,
Not the one.
it's not the one. I've been in other accommodation. Like last year, I was in Oxford Point, and that has bigger windows. That has, I guess, it is private accommodation, but at the same time, I guess the dynamic was a bit more open.
Hmm.
Purbeck is very much first year, um, noisy, but I don't mind. I don't mind it. But first years they're gonna go out, they're gonna do all of that, so it has
Yeah.
that vibe. Oxford Point, you still get that vibe, but you also get a vibe that's more like if you do want to stay at home and or you want to go to the lounge and have events and stuff like that, you can do that a bit more comfortably.